Diamond in the Rough, BD2S, Building, Destined to Succeed. Issues such as attempting suicide, drug use or abuse, teenage pregnancy, promiscuity, to name a few, are plaguing today's youth. We offer motivational speaking services that share real-life consequences associated with these choices. Author Bree D2S Sanders has written Diamond in the Rough, I Am a Testimony. She will take you through her journey of surviving the generational curses of addiction, pregnancy, and incarceration. Once the system gets a hold of your life, oftentimes there's no turning back. It is our hope that once you hear Bree's testimony, you will understand the concept of when you truly know better, you will begin to do better. Let's break the stigma of being locked up both mentally and physically. To discover more about how Diamond in the Rough, BD2S, will have a positive effect transforming your at-risk youth, contact me at roycered.martin@gmail.com to reserve a speaking engagement today. Once again, that contact information is roycered.martin@gmail.com. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
Joining me here in the studio, a couple of really incredible ladies. We've got Bree D2S Sanders here. How you doing, Bree?
I'm good. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. Thank you for being here. And then we've got Royce Martin. You've seen her on the show before. She was here talking about the Quincy House a little while back. But we're talking about something really, I think, a very uplifting story today. Bree, first of all, I have to ask, what does the D2S stand for?
Well, my middle name is Damian Dante, and for two reasons, actually. For Damian Dante, and also power given by God, I believe, God, to the second power, like D2.
There you go. Yeah. That's good. Very nice, very nice. Now, you're an author. You wrote a book here. You wrote Diamond in the Rough, I Am a Testimony. All right. Now, Royce gave me this book when she came in the last time, and I got to take a look at it. Really some very uplifting stuff here. You had quite a challenging childhood growing up. We'll put it that way. And then you had a lot of challenges thrown at you that you had to overcome in life, and you've done a great job with that, and this book is really a good testament. You've told your stories through this book. Tell us a little bit about the inspiration that drove you to write a book and share your story.
Well, Chris, I was in prison for the 6th time, and every time I would go, at least for the last 2 or 3 times, I kept going to the same cell, A22, and I was just defeated in my spirit, and I cried, and I questioned God. Why? Why do you keep bringing me here? Why do you keep giving me to this place? And at that time, I believe God told me, he said, right. Right. There's no TV. There's no books to read. Right. Somebody else needs to hear what you're going through. And that's when I started to write.
And you've had quite the journey going through here. I just want to read a little bit on the back cover here, just so folks know what this is all about here. Here is about Bree D2S Sanders here with us. You were born in Mississippi. You moved to Texas, Rock Island, Illinois, and to various cities. So you lived all over the place here.
I did.
Right?
I did.
So you were moving around. You had the generational curse of pregnancy, incarceration, and addiction haunted your path for over 17 years. And today you have written this book in hopes that it will serve as a teaching vessel of survivorship, and that by having a belief in God, anyone in a plight of struggle can and will survive.
Absolutely.
Well, what a wonderful mission. So how long ago did you put this book out?
It was published January 5th of this year, January 5th, 2015. But I first began writing it September 7th, 2007. So,
wow.
Yeah.
And so what brings you on this path all the way to Topeka, Kansas?
Well, my dear friend and I were reunited, and we knew each other in a different path. And once we reconnected, I told her about my book that I had been writing, and I said, would you look at it, And she looked at it, and here it is.
It's right here in front of us.
Yeah.
And you've got several things going on here. Okay, so I want to tell people how they can find this. BreeSandersTheAuthor.com has a listing of a lot of events that you participate in here. And you can find your book on Amazon and Kindle. Again, the name of it is Diamond in the Rough, I Am a Testimony. So folks, check that book out and share a little love for Bree here. And check out the story. I confess, I didn't make it all the way through the book.
Okay.
But I'm definitely going to finish the book if I can still keep this book for a second.
Absolutely.
Because I got in here and I'm just reading this stuff and I didn't want to put it down because the stories are so gripping and they're real life stories.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can tell it came straight from the heart.
And that's how God told me to write it. I kept trying to play with it and everything, and God said, put it out there. It will evoke more conversation. People will still want to know because that story is not unfamiliar. Somebody along the way has went through, if not the exact same thing, something similar. Mm-hmm. So it's going to invoke conversation, evoke thought, and inspire and motivate to do better. When we know better, we do better. Okay, I put it out there. Mm-hmm. Now let's do better. Mm-hmm. Let's do something different.
If you could go today and go back 20 years and talk to yourself, what would you tell yourself?
Keep going. Mm-hmm. Don't give up. Trust in God every single step of the way. Mm-hmm. And just don't give up.
And Royce, so this whole connection here, how did we end up bringing Bree to Topeka, and what are we doing to celebrate?
Well, this week she is participating in her first actual motivational speaking opportunities. So she will be at several places in Topeka all week. We are also doing 2 book signings, one in Lawrence, and then Friday will be at Creative Corners, which is at 115 Southeast 6th Street. Mm-hmm. And this conglomeration came together because Dr. New, who is the principal at Highland Park High School, she is the publisher of Quincy House. Mm-hmm. And when Bree brought her book to my attention, I read it over. I knew that it had a blessing to be given forward. I was new to this industry as well, so I said, well, let me take it to Dr. New. Mm-hmm. And 4.5 months later, from August to January, it has come to fruition. Mm-hmm. So her message of strength, hope, and experience is enlightening. It's empowering. When you read Diamond in the Rough, I Am a Testimony, you'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll be invigorated, you'll be angry. You also will see that she had the courage to put her life out here and say, nothing but the grace of God.
It takes absolute courage to do that. And for your character, you didn't just work on yourself and then just let it be, to spread that word to other people, because if you've gone through something, chances are a lot of other people have gone through it as well. I never looked at myself as spoiled rotten or anything, but I was spoiled to have a good family, and I'm lucky for that. A lot of opportunities were handed to me because of that. I didn't fight opportunities because I knew that I shouldn't fight opportunities, and others, not so much. They don't get that. A lot of people don't. And I really want to say thank you for sharing your thoughts and your story here in this book, because I think it not only speaks a lot for your healing, but I think it really offers insights for those who can't understand, what someone else might be going through, and certainly some support for those who understand it all too well.
Exactly.
Really. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for coming here, and folks, be sure to check out everything that Bree has going on while she's in town here. Where's home for you?
Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix, Arizona, a long way.
Right
so,
now.
yep. Well, we thank you for coming here and spreading the word here in Topeka. And Royce, thank you for bringing this all together here and bringing Bree to the show. That's Bree D2S Saunders and Diamond in the Rough, I Am a Testimony. Well, I'm not the testimony. That's the name of the book. You're a testimony, and I'll
we all are a
testify
testimony.
that you should check it out.
Yes. All right.